So I'm the real Chris Winegarden.
You got here.
To be honest, this is the most comfortable I've been all day. Let me explain. So I suffer from severe social anxiety and depression, and I have for as long as I can remember. In 3rd grade, I used to stay up at night 2 or 3 times a week because when I thought of going to school, my chest would get tight and I would get nauseous. This trend continued for a few years until I got to high school, when I realized that theater was the perfect medium for overcoming my fear of speaking to people. You know, I was thrown into classes with tens of people and lectures with hundreds, and it seemed like their sole purpose was to judge everything I said or did. So for the first month, I kept to myself, and I managed not to speak to anybody directly. Not a personal record, but a solid one nonetheless. After interacting exclusively with a small group of guys who I also went to high school with, they convinced me to go clubbing with them. And they're like, bro, you want to meet people? You want to get girls? There's only one thing you got to do, bro. You got to dance. And I was like, okay. I love dancing. Dancing's easy. In high school, I was front row for show choir and I helped choreograph the musical Friis. Easy, bro. So as soon as we get to the dance floor, all of my friends who promised to take care of me immediately scatter. Great. So I make my way through a sweaty, gyrating mass of sexually frustrated college students and one creepy middle-aged guy. And I tried to blend in the best I could without any help from my friends. It looked something like this. Turns out dancing at the club is completely different from show choir. Who knew? So at this point, for reasons unbeknownst to me, a girl makes her way over and begins to court me with a modern mating ritual known as throwing that ass in a circle. And so she's doing her thing, and I'm getting in the zone, obviously. And she tells me that her roommates are throwing a party at her house and I should come back with her. I was like, okay. And she orders an Uber and we get in, but the whole ride is like super uncomfortable. I don't even know this girl's name. Slight tangent. I hate small talk. Small talk is super boring or one person doesn't know when to shut up. But unfortunately, small talk is a very important part of human interaction. It lets you warm up to people and get a feel for how they act and behave. See, I love theater because, you know, when I went to high school, I discovered that theater, like I said, was the perfect medium to overcome my fear of speaking. The plays and scripts that I memorized taught me how to act and what to say. But there was no script for this. What do I do? So here's how that conversation went. So, what's your major? Oh, I'm studying English and creative writing, and I'm thinking about minoring in theater. Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, it is. So what's your major? Well, I'm a double major, actually, with economics and political science. Oh, wow, that sounds like a lot of hard work, but I bet it'll pay off in the long run. Is what I should have said. What I actually said was, really? That sounds like it sucks. At this point, I realized I was losing her. I needed to say something interesting fast. I live in my parents' basement. I thought this was smart, you know, mentioning the fact that I would save thousands of dollars by not living in the dorms would appeal to our economic side. It didn't. She could not get out of that Uber fast enough. So I don't know if anyone else here has been ditched at a party the moment you arrive by the sole person that you only sort of know. But for those of you who haven't, it's not great. So at this point, my anxiety begins to return because I'm cold, half drunk, and I've got no clue where I am. You know, when I imagine worst case scenarios for going out, They don't look much different than this. And then someone came up behind me and I heard a voice. And I said, Chris? Chris, it's you. Do you remember me? And I did remember her. I still had hope for tonight in this girl that I used to go to church with. I said, yeah, Amanda. Oh my God, it's so great to see you. She said, yeah, it's good to see you too. And I said, ha ha. This is apparently how I respond to a compliment. She could not get into the Uber fast enough. So I spent what little dignity I'd left making a phone call. Hey, can you come get me? No, I'm having an awful night. Okay, can I explain later? I love you too, Mom. The next time my friends were all bragging about how much fun they had. Well, I was disappointed and sort of angry that they ditched me. I'm glad that they don't know what it's like to struggle to make normal conversation, or to not want to go out because the anxiety is just crushing and it keeps you at home. I hate the fact that I don't see my friends every day, that I don't want to get dressed and drive across town, because getting myself dressed and going there and only coming right back is mentally and emotionally taxing. I'm glad they're happy, and I hope to one day wake up as happy and enthusiastic about everyday life as they are. But going out that night taught me a very important lesson, that I have the ability to go out and do things that normally give me anxiety. So I'm thankful for that. I want you to know that if you're like me and you let anxiety keep you from getting out of your comfort zone, take it from me. You can do it, and it's worth it. You might just learn something about yourself along the way.